After much ado.
It's Motorcycle Sam.
Motorcycle Sam?
What
was that children's book where the mouse could power a motorcycle by making the sound?
That's Stuart Little.
Is that Stuart Little?
No.
No?
So, Sam quiz.
All right, so what is the background color for this card?
Blue.
You got to speak clearly so they can understand you. So try again. What's the background color for this card?
Blue.
All right. What is going on in this picture?
There is a rock monster, and he's in fire, water, clouds, and mountains.
Okay.
And water one, there's also something in the sky.
The water one?
Yeah. And then one there, well, actually two. There's lots and lots and lots and lots of lava. And the other one have just red fire.
All right.
And one has a castle.
Huh.
Are there numbers at the bottom?
No.
All right. What's at the top?
4 raindrop, black raindrop.
Come on. What was that again?
Black raindrop, black raindrop.
The raindrops look the same as they always do. So that's 4 and 2 raindrops. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Huh. So it's a rock monster.
That's on fire.
Sure
this isn't a Hearthstone card?
And it's blue.
Yeah.
But there's also water and clouds and mountains.
To be fair, I showed her a bunch of cards and she picked this one, and I was very, very curious how she was going to describe the art.
Huh.
Hey.
Is it from Dominaria or Battlebond?
It's from Dominaria.
Okay.
Oh. Well, that's too easy.
Oh, so Chewy's got it already?
Well, no, it's just if you narrow down the set that much.
From every magic card in existence that's blue to one set, that is a bit of a narrowing, yes.
Oh, wait a minute.
I think I know what
Fire
it is.
and water and it's Karn's temporal sundering, yeah.
So Sam, he's not actually a rock monster.
What?
I mean,
He's
he's pretty close.
He is. Silver's a rock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of like a robot. So.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
In disguise.
Na.
A robot is just a manufactured rock monster.
But given the art, I think she at least gave you some hints. So.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Did you have a map of the house?
Okay. All right. Well, we have other things to talk about, okay? So, why
Can
don't
I just tell them about the map?
No.
Please.
She has drawn a map of our house, and right now we're in the secret compartment. Secret lab. I'm so sorry.
That's my secret bathroom.
It is 8 o'clock.
Is there an X that marks where the treasure is?
Say goodnight to everyone.
Good night.
Everyone. Oh.
Good night, Sam.
Night, Sam.
All right. I'll be back in a sec.
Good night, Mike. Good night,
Good night.
Mr. Dirk.
Good night.
Oh, jam! Hello again and welcome to the Manapool. This is episode 512 of the Manapool. Why does 512 seem like it has some sort of significance? Wait a minute, 512. That area code? No.
5 1s for 2?
That's like better than Magma Rager.
What's a Magma Rager?
What? I hate you. I can think of no reason that 512 is a thing, so never mind. But I am Chewy, the lead dork, and I got these other dorks here. Hi, dorks.
Hey, dorks. I'm Brian. I'm the lead rambler, tangent master, proud dork flag bearer type guy, and I'm here because I'm here to talk about magic cards, and I'm all out of gum for some reason that has nothing to do with anything.
All right. I'm Mike. I'm the rules guy and the game lore guy, and I am not out of ass.
And I'm Dirk, the self-proclaimed greatest man alive and moral compass of the group, and I have absolutely no idea what these guys are talking about.
For the record, I'm out of love. I'm so lost without you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You've given me a song actually to replace the main song from Oliver and Company. We bought Oliver and Company from Costco over the weekend because Sam wanted to get it because she's like, cats and dogs. And I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty good movie. And Carrie hadn't seen it before. I'm like, oh.
Wait, the Disney chick hadn't seen Oliver and Company?
She said she'd seen parts of it, but hadn't seen the whole thing.
Even I'd seen Oliver and Company.
And it came up on that song. And I was like, oh, this is going to be stuck in my head for a week. It's so catchy. And it has been. So thank you. Now I'm all out of love is in my head. I'm okay with that.
Shout out to everyone who was singing along when that was playing during Deadpool 2. That would be like me and Mom, but you know, whatever.
Hey, Mike, have you seen Infinity War yet?
I haven't.
I think a grace period will end after this week, man.
That is fair.
You're on the clock.
Hurry up.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I've missed a ton of them already. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't get around to seeing this one either.
It's like you're a monster. So,
last
week we cut our discussion of Battlebond short because we were having Discord problems. Apparently that's the one day that Discord was just having problems. There were server outages earlier that day, and then we were getting hit by random resets. It wasn't just us. Like, Cap and Steph were playing Overwatch and also couldn't get back on a call because I was like, hey, are you guys still talking? She's like, no, we got cut off. I'm like, oh, good. So I'm just glad it wasn't just us because she'd be like, yeah, we're still playing. Why? But before we get to that, I have a Mad Lib from a listener. Ooh. This is from Level 99 Luck, or Peter, who sent this to us way back in March. But I didn't forget about it. So, are you guys, or dorks, ready?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I need an artifact.
Bonesaw.
That is brilliant. I need a white enchantment.
Crusade.
That's probably also brilliant. I need a land.
Sorrow's Path.
Sorrow, of course. I need a creature. Wait, really? Just a creature? Just a creature, okay.
Dirk, you know creatures.
Let's go with Sky Streamer.
What the hell's a Sky Streamer?
I'm looking up on the visual spoilers.
Oh, okay. I was like, he's on random... No, he's on Battlebond.
Yeah.
How topical.
Oh, Sky Streamer. Oh, okay, it's got assist. Got it. Sky Streamer. Okay, now I need a legendary land.
Kaya's Cradle.
That's one of them.
All right, now I need a creature class.
Cleric.
Cleric. I need a legendary creature.
Anybody? All right. Yargle.
Is that all? Does he have like a longer name, or is it just Yargle?
He does have a longer
Glutton
name,
of Urborg. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
That's right.
Mike, did you read the story this week?
I did. Well, let's keep going.
We'll keep going. I just. It was a yes or no question. You said yes, so.
Yeah, literally no one cares but you two. All right. I
Send us an
need
email if you care.
send us an email. I need a multicolored enchantment. That's random, isn't it?
Oh, what's that one that Mike does that everybody hates?
You want to narrow that down?
1, 2, 3.
I'll go with Unflinching Courage.
Ooh. Dirk is in the card image gallery.
Yeah? He
All
wasn't
right.
kidding.
I need a blue enchantment.
Is Invoke Prejudice an enchantment?
It is.
All right.
Wow, that's... Okay, I need a keyword mechanic. What the hell? That's the sort of thing I would pull out.
I don't ever get to do these, so I'm tapping into a little bit of everybody. Baby. You need a keyword mechanic.
Monstrosity.
That's probably going to be good. I need a planeswalker.
Gareth.
What?
I said Tybalt and he said Gareth? Did you mean Garrick?
Garrick, yeah.
Oh. Alright, well, I'm going to go with Tybalt because what I heard was Tybalt, and I was like, what? Alright, give me a red aura.
Fire whip.
Ooh, nice.
Flame whip.
Oh, it is Flame Whip. Look at you.
Flame whip.
You are fired. Flamed. Give me an instant.
Fling.
Ooh, yeah. Give me a red enchantment.
Furnace of Wrath.
Okay, now I need a green aura.
Oh, Frog Tongue.
Wait, what does that even do? I forgot.
Gives reach, and you draw a card when it enters the battlefield. It only costs 1 green. It's pretty neat.
That's pretty good. Okay, now I need... What? I need a red or green instant. That's weird.
A Tarka's Command.
That's an instant?
I hope so. Isn't it?
A command? Well, I mean, yeah, there are instant. Tarka's Gatherer.
Okay, well, while Brian fails, I need a white sorcery.
A white sorcery?
Yeah.
Austere Command.
Alright, well, these are going to be less funny than you think. The aura? Just an aura? Huh.
What about the mask? Is it
the
green mask?
Ancestry.
Mask of Ancestry.
Ancestral Mask?
Ancestral Mask. We'll get there eventually.
Alright, and a scheme.
Oh,
I have to go with Mike's turn.
Trying to remember all the names of those things.
The one that jumps to mind is Plots That Span Centuries.
Sure, let's go with that one.
That was one of the special promo ones.
Nice.
There are 24 cards with Mask in the name.
Really?
Really?
I would not... No, I would not have guessed that.
I'm just glad you guys deciphered what I was saying.
All right. I really hope I can do this right. So the problem that I have, listeners, is that when these are sent to me in my email, they're color-coded. So things that repeat are the same color. But when I move it over here to my Notepad file, Notepad Plus, so I can actually type, it's all black and white. So, all right, I think I got this. Are you ready?
Yes.
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 Prepare yourselves for BoneSawBall.
Yeah. Buy tickets to see that.
Okay, here we go. BoneSawBall. You're watching the Crusade Network. Oh, God. And our live coverage of the final game of the season between... hang on. Between the Sorrow's Path Sky Streamers and the Guy's Cradle Clerics. I'm Yargle, Glutton of Verborg, broadcasting from the commentator's booth in the Unflinching Courage Stadium in the heart of scenic downtown Sorrow's Path.
Home field advantage. Nice.
I don't know how scenic I'd call it.
It gets better. It is a beautiful day for a game. Not a cloud in the no, wait, that was the wrong one. Back it up. And let me tell you, folks, it is a beautiful day for a game. Not a cloud in the Invoke Prejudice.
Oh, okay.
It is currently the bottom of the ninth. The bone saws are loaded.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
The Sky Streamers are down 3 points and will need a monstrosity to take the win.
Yeah, they will.
But luckily for them, their star hitter is stepping up to home Bonesaw. Tybalt steps onto the field and is preening to the crowd. Tybalt takes his stance and... Ooh, strike one! Tybalt did not even swing, but he doesn't look the least bit flame-whipped about it.
Which is unusual for him.
Yeah.
Here comes the next pitch. Ooh, strike two again. No swing. Tybalt has an arrogant look on his face. Wait, what's this? He is flinging to the stands. Could it be he's been striking out on purpose to raise Furnace of Wrath?
Yeah.
It sounds like it. He takes his stance. A look of frog tongue is on his face. There's the pitch. A hit! It's going! It's going! It's gone! It's a grand Atarkus command! What a miraculous, austere command! The Sky Streamers take the season! Never a dull moment in BoneSawBall, folks, let me tell you. Thank you for joining us in today's game, and tune in tomorrow to see the results of the team's mandatory ancestral mask tests. This is Yargle, Glutton of Urborg, saying, plots that span centuries. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that. Poor Tybalt. He's not flame whipped at all, and that's not a good thing for him, is it?
No. But he did have that look of frog tongue on his face. As soon as you said frog tongue, I was like, oh my god. This is gonna be perfect. Well, there you go then. That is our listener supplied Mad Lib from Peter, or Level 99 Luck.
Awesome.
We appreciate that, sir. That was pretty good. The bone saws are loaded. Huh. All right then. So I guess we should go talk about some Battlebond now, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. He stepped up to home Bonesaw.
BoneSawBall sounds awesome.
It does. All right. So what? I'm going to be honest. I don't remember what we talked about last time and what we didn't talk about last time. So
we did talk about some of the partners. We talked about some of the other things that really stood out to us. Arena Rector, etc. So we covered a couple of the noteworthy reprints like Land Tax, but there's still a lot here. So I would say just start picking out stuff that looks good to you.
Let's do the rest of the partners.
Okay.
Should we do that first?
Yeah, let's do that first. Do you want to start with legendary partners or just whatever partners you see?
Because the last time we recorded on Thursday, as we always do, and the full card image gallery was not revealed until the next day.
Yeah.
Right.
But even then we missed some of the ones that were already here.
Yes.
Like Sylvia Brightspear.
Yes.
Right.
We did not talk about her at all. Sylvia Brightspear, for 2 and a white, is a 2/2 human knight. It's rare. She partners with Corvath Brightflame. She has double strike. And dragons your team controls have double strike.
Yeah, buddy.
So if you go down to red, I assume Corvath is red.
He is red.
Yeah, and what's Corvath do?
Corvath Brightflame, for 5 and a red, is twice as expensive, but he is a legendary dragon. He's a 3/4 for 6. He has flying and haste, and knights your team controls have flying and haste.
Ooh.
So, with both of them out, both of them have flying, haste, and double strike.
Not to mention the rest of your dragons or knights.
And knights.
Yes. And you're probably going to have more knights than dragons, just probably. But there are other dragons in the set. There are some knight cards. So yeah.
Are there?
As far as dragons, yes. There's
some other knights in the set too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm
Not a bunch,
looking in
but-
white and I see 0 other knights.
Oh,
You see
really?
0 knights.
Yeah.
Really?
I thought I saw some.
Shapeshifter.
Maybe I just. That is not a knight.
Isn't it?
Hmm.
No. We didn't go to night school. I'm sorry.
You should be.
Wow. Maybe there's some in red, but
Why?
Yeah, that's where
I
I'm
don't
looking now. I mean,
There aren't any in black.
huh.
it is possible they did that just for
Just because.
Commander and
neat
casual.
flavor purposes and later in Commander and whatnot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean, yeah, it works mechanically. She gets flying in haste because she's riding the dragon. So
It sounds like a euphemism.
No, that's chasing the dragon.
Oh, gotcha.
That's the euphemism.
There's just 2 other dragons in red.
Yeah, I don't see any knights in.
The Lava Field Overlord, that's uncommon, and Dragon Hatchling at common.
There's the Enduring Scale Lord in gold,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Savage Vent
Nothing
Maw.
green.
So there's 2 more in gold.
so more dragons than knights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I know we were all like, of course there's knights, because we just came out of Dominaria, where there were knights
A
galore.
lot of knights.
Yeah.
Knights aplenty.
Yeah. So, not so much with the, like, set synergy, but
Yeah.
it is possible that having, like, one other knight in your deck would actually be too much. If you manage to
Yeah.
assemble the team.
Maybe.
That is a little nuts. So, but just giving your Sylvia, giving your other dragons double strike alone is just kind of terrifying.
A little bit, yeah.
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 It's nice that every once in a while they're willing to give a legendary creature a name that, a human being from Earth would actually recognize as being a name. Sylvia.
Yeah. Not a name that's like 12 syllables.
That's weird. Who names
All right, so what else we got?
Who names
More
a
partners.
knight Sylvia? More partners. Oh, hey, I got one. Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Wait, no, who is that said the human name thing? That was Mike, right?
Yes.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Could you go read the name of the second blue creature?
All right.
That's what you get.
The second blue creature or the second blue card?
Well, okay, the second blue card. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
The second blue partner.
Zunderspolt, Eye of Wisdom.
That's actually pretty cool. Good job, Mike.
Yeah. So Zunderspolt is a 1/4 for 4 and a white. It's a rare legendary creature, homunculus.
For 4 and a blue.
Yes. What did I say?
You said 4 and a white.
Oh, that is incorrect. It is 4 and a blue. And Zunderspolt partners with Okaun, Eye of Chaos. At the beginning of combat on your turn, flip a coin until you lose a flip. Whenever a player wins a coin flip, draw a card.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. So it doesn't just count the ones you win in sequence. It'll also count the last one where you have to stop. So you're always getting at least one card. Because if you flip the coin once and you lose, that means your opponent won the flip. So you draw one card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I've got Ocon.
Is that how that works?
I don't think that's how that works.
It says whenever a player wins a coin flip.
But you're not flipping against someone.
Yes, it's saying flip a coin until you lose. Wait a minute, just a second.
Yeah, I think no.
I'm thinking of two.
You're thinking of something else.
I was going to say it's cool when an opponent has to flip a coin.
I'm
for
just
something.
thinking of something completely different.
Yeah.
That was wrong.
But if your partner is flipping coins,
Coin until you lose.
when they win, you also draw a card.
Correct. Which is good since the whole partner thing means that the partners could be split up between you and your partner, your teammate.
But it's also interesting that if your opponents have some sort of coin flipping mechanic as well, you can still benefit off of that.
Yeah.
Hey, Dirk,
Mm-hmm.
are you looking at red?
I am. I've got the card.
Okay.
So Okan, Eye of Chaos, for 4 and a red. He's a legendary creature, Cyclops Berserker, who's rare and is a 3/3. Partners with Zendersplit, Eye of Wisdom, and says, at the beginning of combat on your turn, flip a coin until you lose a flip. Whenever a player wins a coin flip, double Okan's power and toughness until end of turn.
That is terrifying. He doesn't have built-in trample, but that is still terrifying.
Yeah, and if
He
you and
has-
your
You
partner
looked at me funny.
Yeah, if you and your partner both have, or if both of these guys are on the field, then, and let's say you win the first flip, then you've got a 6/6 and you drew a card.
Yeah.
And you could stop there. Like, that's fine.
Oh no. Okan says, beginning of your turn, flip a coin until you lose a flip.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you lose the second flip, well, you've still got a 6/6
Okay.
and you drew a card.
Well, the controller of Zendersplit draws a card, but yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. So yes, you're saying if you have both?
You being your team. There, is that better?
Okay.
Mr.
Thank
Semantics?
you.
Jesus.
Yes. Just trying to make sure.
Calling me out on that, but not Mike on the, well, if you lose a flip, then somebody won, so you draw a card.
That's because
Yeah,
I
I was thinking of
legit
something
did
else.
not know if he was right or not. And
Yeah, I looked up the
Question,
detailed
Mike.
rule and I was mistaken. It says only the player who flips the coin wins or loses the flip, and no other players are involved.
Right.
So I was mistaken on that point.
Okay. See, I just generally assume Mike is right until I'm being told otherwise.
That's how we got into this mess.
I'm certain I haven't had to read that rule for any reason in years, so I'm not surprised I forgot what it said.
So that's, I like the way they're both the eye of something, and one is a homunculus and the other is a cyclops.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's kind of racist, but I like it.
Oh,
Together,
hey, look, Zenderspult has a little, like, crow's nest perch up on Ogon's.
Mm-hmm.
Up
Up
on
on
his
his
shoulder.
shoulder.
Hmm.
together we have depth perception.
Woohoo! All right, let's
Okay.
see. Who's another of the legendary partners we haven't?
Well, we've got Vitreous.
Vitreous. That's a boss from Link to the Past.
Not Vitreous, sorry, just
Virtus.
Or Virtus.
Virtus.
Oh, okay. What's that do?
Virtus. Well, Virtus the Veiled is in black. It costs 2 and a black for a 1/1 legendary Azra assassin. Is this the first set with Azra as a creature type?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is an assassin. Virtus partners with Gorm the Great. This one has Death Touch, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half their life rounded up. What does that sound? You said
Ebon Blade Reaper?
Yep.
Mhm.
Which had morph, so it could kind of sneak through. This doesn't have morph, but it has Death Touch.
But it
So-
has Gorm.
And it has Gorm. What's Gorm do?
Gorm the Great for 3 and a green. It's a legendary creature, giant warrior that's a 2/7. You have to forgive the little
That's
one.
a lot of toughness for a
Okay.
4-drop.
So 2/7 with vigilance. Gorn the Great must be blocked if able, and Gorn must be blocked by 2 or more creatures if able.
Which means, they're rushing in together, and most likely, unless they have more than 2 creatures to block, Virtus is getting through.
Hmm.
Which is pretty
Got your
neat.
back, you.
That's a really cool ability.
I don't play Overwatch, but is this Reinhardt?
A little bit.
Okay. He's a tank, right?
Yeah. With a great big shield and hammer.
There you go.
I think he'd be more like a 5/7, but still,
Well, like I said, this is literally probably the only time you'll ever hear me say anything even remotely close to accurate about Overwatch. So you're welcome. I think that's it for the legendary partner.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Couple
We have
non-legendary
some
but
non-legendary ones that are uncommon. I think they're all uncommon, right?
They are.
looks like it.
So these are much simpler.
Yeah, we talked about Proud Mentor and Impetuous Protege last time.
We did?
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Get
will
ready,
take your word
son.
for that.
What, Mike?
I was just repeating the flavor text. Get ready, son.
I must have zoned out during that or something. What color
maybe.
is Impetuous Protege? Oh, there he
Red.
is. He's on the second row. Okay.
Well, I'm going to talk about Chakram Receiver because he's such a good boy. So for 4 and a blue, he's a 2/4 Elemental Hound. He partners with Chakram Slinger, so they play fetch together.
Yeah, they
And
do.
whenever you cast a spell during your turn, untap target creature. It doesn't feel abusive at all, right?
No.
Right. But I love it. It gives you, a reason to play shenanigans in blue-red, which blue-red is all about shenanigans, and can give your guys surprise blocks. So, not to mention maybe, your team has one big guy and you attack with that guy, and it looks like their defenses are down, but you cast something and it has to be during your turn. Now you've got it up ready for next time. So I guess it's not really surprise blocks because it has to be during your turn, but you can still set it up. So, okay. He partners with the other guy.
The Chakram Slinger for 4 and a red is a 2/4 human warrior that has pay a red and tap to deal 2 damage to target player or planeswalker. So, yeah, you shock a player or planeswalker, play a spell,
And
untap it, do it again. Which in blue-red is totally a thing.
That is totally a thing.
Plus the Retriever's such a good boy, look at him. He reminds me of Arthas. Except Arthas is a ghost, and the Retriever is a elemental. But still, they're both blue and puppies, and I love them.
What's another partner?
Another one, the other white uncommon one, Blaring Recruiter. For 3 and a white is a 2/2 elf warrior that partners with Blaring Captain. The ability here is pay 2 and a white, create a 1/1 white warrior creature token. So Blaring Captain should be in black.
Yes.
Blaring Captain says for 3 and a black, whenever Blaring Captain attacks, attacking warriors get +1/+1 until end of turn, and he's a 2/2.
Ooh.
Cool.
And is a Azra warrior.
And there is a warrior sub-theme running through the set. Whereas I was wrong about knights before, there's definitely...
There's a huge amount of warriors in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes sense because, battling in the arena makes sense.
Yep.
We who are about to die salute you and all that good stuff.
Russell Crowe. All right, so that's all the white partners.
Yes.
And looks like there's one more in blue.
There is? Oh, the Lore Weaver. For 3 and a blue is a 2/2 human wizard that partners with the Ley Weaver. Okay. Lore Weaver says 5 blue, target player draws 2 cards. That is neat.
Yeah.
Expensive, but, the fact that you can just activate it any time seems pretty good.
I definitely need to get these two because the Ley Weaver for 3 and a green is a 2/2 human druid that untap 2 target lands. So it has a tap symbol and says untap 2 target lands.
That'll get you or your partner a lot closer to being able to activate the Lore Weaver.
So but the Ley Weaver says, hey, untap those 2 lands so you can, play those spells that you just got.
Yeah. Well, and Dirk's thinking about that. I'm thinking about the fact that it costs 7 to activate the Lore Weaver, so this allows you to do it on turn 5.
Mm-hmm.
So Dirk's point is, hey, you just drew those cards. Quick, here's some
You'd
lands.
like to play? Got some extra? Need some extra mana? Here you go.
Yeah, cool. All right, that does it for blue. We're moving along.
Have you done the Soul Blades?
Not yet.
Because I can do the green one real quick. If someone will do the black one.
What's the green one? Well, all right.
Soulblade Corruptor for 4 and a black is a 3/3 human warrior and partners with Soulblade Renewer. The Corruptor has Death Touch, and whenever a creature with a +1/+1 counter on it attacks one of your opponents, that creature gains Death Touch until end of turn.
Cool.
Because the Renewer for 4 and a green is a 2/2 Elf Warrior. Whenever Soulblade Renewer enters the battlefield, support 2, which means put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 2 other creatures.
Well, put 1 on up to 2 other creatures.
Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 2 other creatures.
Yeah. And then, by extension, they both get Death Touch.
Mm-hmm. You get a +1 and Death Touch.
Seems good.
Yeah. And those, ladies and gentlemen, and more gentlemen, are our partner creatures.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the design space this opens up because, say they come back later and they want to use this for something else. What you could imagine, perhaps there's an artificer that is known for creating one particular object, and if you want to keep it legendary, then it could be a legendary creation. But otherwise, maybe this guy is just really good at making goblets. So maybe when the artisan enters the battlefield, he partners with a goblet. There's different ways to take this, and I'm curious to see if they revisit this anytime soon. Goblet. Right then. Shall we continue to discuss new cards then?
Brightling.
Yes.
Bright. What is Brightling? Oh, that card. Yes, the white morphling thing.
Yeah, because this wasn't here when we recorded last week, right?
It was not.
Didn't think so. So the Brightling is the newest entry into the morphling
Family.
Yeah, it's kind of a cycle, but not really.
The Lings.
Yeah, there was morphling first, and then there was the Torchling.
Torchling, which was in, I think, Planar Chaos.
And then the Thornling, which was the green one. The Torchling was red. And then there was the Aetherling, which was another blue one.
Ooh, and it was good.
That's one way to put it, yeah.
It was oppressive.
And there we go. And now we've got the Brightling, which is the white one.
Yes.
So all of the lings have this last ability of pay 1 generic mana to give the creature either +1/-1 or -1/+1 until end of turn. And the idea is that it's a shapeshifter, so they can, alter their size and shape, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But because it has a base, not outside of where it starts to going too far to either extreme diminishes the rest of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And do they all have the bounce? No, they don't. Okay. So the Brightling for 1 white is a 3/3. That's mythic, right?
Yes.
Yeah, mythic shapeshifter. It has the +1/-1 or -1/+1 ability, but it also has pay a white to give it vigilance until end of turn, pay a white to give it lifelink until end of turn, or pay a white to return it to its owner's hand.
Usually,
these are a massive pain all the time.
Usually, Lings have some way of protecting themselves. One of the reasons that Aetherlin was so difficult to kill was because it blinked itself. So, yeah, good luck targeting it with a kill spell.
Yeah, and the Thornling got indestructible.
Mm-hmm.
And the Morphling, I forget.
Was it Shroud?
Shroud, yeah.
The Torchling was kind of the odd one out.
Yeah, it had if you had it changed the target of target spell that only targets the Torchling, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, really? I remembered that?
I think that's right.
Good job.
Okay, hang on, now I gotta look. Torchling. Change the target of target spells that targets only Torchling. Yay! Alright then. I remembered something, I'm proud of me.
Good job.
Yeah, Red's options for a creature protecting itself are more limited, because that's not really something that Red does.
Yeah. But Red does have, redirect effects occasionally, so go for it.
Yes, it does. I believe that's all the mythics in white, because we talked about the Rector last time.
Tiny Air killed her.
All right, Mike, just for that, you get to read Arcane Artisan.
Okay. Arcane Artisan is a mythic in blue. Costs 2 and a blue for a 0/3 human wizard. This better be good. And it is. Pay 2 and a blue, tap. Target player draws a card, then exiles a card from their hand. If a creature card is exiled this way, that player creates a token that's a copy of that card. When Arcane Artisan leaves the battlefield, exile all tokens created with it at the beginning of the next end step.
Yeah, so that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, that's just a little crazy.
I think that at the beginning of the next end step piece is just to prevent ridiculously feel bad blowouts.
Yeah, it's so in the middle of combat, someone goes, bolt your artisan, and then all the tokens that are attacking or blocking disappear.
Yeah, so that won't happen. Yeah.
Yeah, here they stick around for a minute. Ha ha, you lost your boom. Ow.
But with it, is it the person who controls the artisan or the person that exiled the card who gets the token?
The person who exiled the card that gets the token.
Okay.
Which usually means, hey, teammate.
Oh, okay, yeah. I keep forgetting.
You got that
This
stupid
is the
expensive
harder
thing
one.
that you're not gonna be able to cast for like 6 more turns. Or you could have a token copy of it now.
Yeah.
In addition to like drawing a card. So yeah.
It seems pretty super awesome, but it is on a 0/3 that has to survive for a full turn.
Yeah. Because if it weren't easy to kill, this would be stupid.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey Chewie, have you read The Archfiend of Despair? I know how much you love demons.
I did. This is one that's probably not going to kill Mike.
No, it can't backfire horribly, but who knows? One of you guys will find a way.
I was going to say, well,
Don't say can't, Mike.
Yep.
for 6 black, it's a 6/6 mythic demon, the Archfiend of Despair, which is a name I'm surprised was still available. But it's a 6/6 with flying. Your opponents can't gain life. That seems pretty good. At the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life that player lost this turn. So if you ping them for 1, at the end of the turn, they lose 1 more. If you used your Chakram Slinger to deal them 2, at the end of the turn, they lose 2 more.
Mm-hmm. If you clonk them in the head with the Archfiend, they lose 6 more.
Yup.
There's a black enchantment in Scourge that does this. What is the name of that enchantment?
There is.
Black Enchantment and Scourge? There's a sorcery. Final Torment?
Final Torment. Is that what I think?
Something?
It's the final countdown. Final punishment.
Final Punishment.
Ooh, it was also in 9th edition. I forgot
It's
about that.
only a sorcerer. I thought it was an enchantment. So, wow. The fact
think
that this
there's
is every turn, that's... Okay.
What was the doubling enchantment from Shadowmoor block?
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Pain? No. Probably.
So
but-
close to pleasure?
Nah.
Pain Magnification.
No. Wait, is that it?
No,
Oh.
that's something else entirely.
Yeah, I don't remember, Mike.
Alright, I'll find it and gather it somehow.
Fair enough. But yeah, the Archfiend's neat. Plus, apparently, his weapon is a flail, but it's got sickles on the end of the 2. It's a double flail with sickles on the end. No spiked balls for the Archfiend of Despair. Nope. That's terrifying, and I need an adult.
I am an adult.
Are you though?
No, not really. Wound Reflection.
The Reflections, that's right.
That's the one.
For 5 and a black from Shadowmoor. Enchantment. At the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. So I was wrong. It wasn't Scourge, but it was Shadow. And since I was right, but also wrong, I'm going to take the next one in a stunning reversal. So, stunning reversal for 3 and a black is a mythic enchantment. Yeah, it is. The next time you would lose the game this turn, instead
Instant.
draw.
Did you say enchantment?
If I did, I meant instant. Enchantment would be dumb. Instead, draw 7 cards, and your life total becomes 1. Exile, stunning, reversal. So we've seen this sort of effect before, usually in white. Is it Angel's Mercy or Angel's Grace or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, if you're about to lose, you don't lose.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
Here in black, it's a one-time, you know, all right, you were about to lose, going to 1 and instead, whereas I think white just basically protects your life. I'm not sure. This does reset your life to 1, but you also draw 7. That's not insignificant.
Yeah, you think?
You still die to like a Chakrams thing. But, you know.
What's that card that says draw 7 cards? That was just printed?
In standard? In Ixalan, I think, right?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Draw 7 cards. Add. Search. Cephalid Sage, no. Force Fruition, no.
Mike.
Where? Overflowing Insight.
There you go.
Target player draws 7 cards. That costs 7.
This costs
It's a bargain.
Yeah.
4.
So this costs 4. That's insane. Of course, you have to, you know, you have to be about to die.
Yes.
Right.
You know, lose the game has to be on the stack.
Pretty much. Okay.
But still, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for the new mythics in black.
Correct. What do we got for new mythics in red?
Najila.
Kazoon type.
Thank you. So, Najila the Blade Blossom, also known as your new 5-color commander. For 2 and a red, she's a 3/2 legendary human warrior. Okay? Whenever a warrior attacks, you may have its controller create a 1/1 white warrior creature token that's tapped and attacking. Okay, wait. So whenever a warrior attacks, its controller, you can give their controller a warrior partner to go with it. Warrior buddy.
Interesting that doesn't make red tokens, but I'm assuming they said for this set the warrior tokens are white, therefore that's what we're going to use. But okay.
Yeah, probably.
Sure.
And then, the reason she's a new 5-color commander, for a Wooburg, 1 of each color, untap all attacking creatures. They gain trample, lifelink, and haste until end of turn. After this, wait, they're attacking. Oh, because that works with the new warrior creature.
Right. It allows the tokens to attack.
Yeah, okay. I was like, why do they get haste if they're already attacking? Ah, got it. So, they gain trample, lifelink, and haste until end of turn. And after this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Activate this ability only during combat. I'm really surprised that last sentence is there, since it says attacking creatures, but I guess they just wanted it to be completely clear.
Completely obvious, yeah.
Yeah. But she's a, she looks like a Disney princess that's had too much. Because look at her. She's got like pink and purple and long flowing red hair and flowers in her hair and 2 giant swords, and she's going to kill you. And I like that. I appreciate that.
Cool. I like it. It's scary.
So wait, okay. So when warriors attack, you get more warriors. Okay, and then for a Wooburg, you untap. You only untap the attacking creatures, and only they, the ones that we're attacking, get the trample, lifelink, and haste.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still the additional combat phase.
Yes.
For whoever can attack, but they just, things that didn't attack the first time don't get the buffs. Got it.
Yeah.
Right. And she doesn't have to attack to make this happen. So, like something we were talking about last week, a few weeks ago, it's another one of those, you can do another everybody but me charge and keep her safe.
Yeah.
Yep.
To use her ability.
Cool.
Everybody but me. We talked about Grothama. Did we talk about the Bramble Sovereign?
We did not. Hey, Dirk.
Mm-hmm. Do the Bramble Sovereign.
Yeah, did you read
the Bramble Sovereign?
For 2 and 2 green, it is a Dryad. It's a 4/4. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield, you may pay 1 and a green. If you do, that creature's controller creates a token that's a copy of that creature.
Wow.
Wow.
So
That is,
Yeah.
That is no mana to get a copy. Just like two.
Yeah. And
Now-
obviously, it's even better when you're copying someone else's thing, because to get your own, you're like, let's say you drop a 6-drop, to get a copy of that, you actually have to pay a total of 8. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, but that means you have to hold on to your 6-drop when you could have dropped it already. What's awesome is that on turn 6, if Dirk's my partner and he's got a Bramble Sovereign because he's in green, like you do, and I play a 6-drop and he's like, hey, Brian, I'm going to pay 1 in a green. Now you get an extra one. I'll be like, thanks, Dirk. You're the best.
But what's funny is if your opponents are playing green,
What?
if this is out, can't they use it?
No, it says you may pay.
Oh, okay.
Only
Yeah,
the
it's
person
not that
controls-
player. It's just you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You pay, and yeah.
Now, let's say we're playing against Dirk, we're playing against Mike and Chewy, and Mike plays a demon that's going to hurt Mike worse than the rest of us. Dirk is also free to say, hey, Mike, get another demon.
Go have fun with that, Mike.
Well, I guess I'll just have to lose twice as fast then.
Ha!
There you go.
Dang it, how come I always get stuck with Mike as a partner?
Because Dirk and Brian were too fast.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
So it looks like that's
And that-
all of the new
That's the
mythics.
new mythics.
Yes.
Yes.
All
I mean, there's a
right.
lot of great stuff here that's either A, new, or B, returning. Those are, in fact, the two categories.
Those are the options, yeah.
But I want to talk about Archon of Valor's Reach,
Okay.
because it's neat. Valor's Reach is the stadium that all this stuff is going down in. And I guess this is
okay.
the head honcho here, so sweet. So the Archon of Valor's Reach is an Archon, as it would suggest. It costs 4, a green, and a white. It's rare, and it's a 5/6 with flying, vigilance, and trample. And it's not legendary. As it enters the battlefield, choose artifact, enchantment, instant, sorcery, or planeswalker. Players can't cast spells of the chosen.
Wow. That's kind of insane.
Do you
Yeah.
really? I mean, if you're in green and white and you're going to have the biggest stuff, maybe you just want to make sure that there's no combat tricks that are just going to blow you out. So you just say, all right, no instants. And they're like, oh no. Or if you know that they've got one powerful wrath spell, then sorceries, bye-bye. And don't you just hate losing in a draft or two at a giant draft to that one guy that pulled the 3 planeswalkers? Not today, friend.
Aren't there only 2 planeswalkers in the...
Yeah, well,
Okay.
now they're stranded in their hands.
Ah.
I like it. And it's a, 5/6 flyer with vigilance and trample. So there's that.
Oh, dude, and your teammate can play an evil twin and copy it and choose a different type.
They can. I love Evil Twin. I am so happy to see it here.
Evil twin is pretty neat.
What's Evil Twin do?
Well, for 2 a blue and a black, it's a clone.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a clone with pay a blue and a black and tap to destroy target creature with the same name as this creature.
Which in this set is particularly interesting because usually in one-on-one you're just going to copy your opponent's best thing and next turn blow theirs up. Here, maybe you're going to target your partner's best thing. Now you've got one too, and you just don't intend to blow it up. You're just like, sweet, we got another one.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you guys don't want to, play this thing with the same name because that would suck for you. I'm going to make the same joke I made when we were covering Innistrad and say, why doesn't it have a goatee?
Right?
Yeah. I mean, look at all of you guys. Don't trust people with facial hair, kids.
Come on, man.
So what's something else that stood out to somebody else?
Bill
Has
brought
anyone
up
mentioned
go ahead.
has anyone mentioned the Archon of Valor's Reach?
Yes.
Yeah, we
That was the one you
literally
guys were
just
talking
read
about.
that.
Yes. So
Sorry, I spaced out.
Chewy, what were you saying?
Bill pointed out the artwork on the Jubilant mascot,
What color is that?
white.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really matter what it is or what it does, but look at that little homunculus with the ribbon dance. That is majestic.
It kind of looks like he's got like a ninja suit on too.
I mean, possibly.
I think that's just his outfit, but I mean the flavor text goes a long way toward describing what you're seeing. The competition is but one aspect, the spectacle. So this guy's a cheerleader.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's like the
clown.
pre-show entertainment.
Yeah. So this whole, I mean, they've made it clear these competitions are actually non-lethal. You're not supposed to kill anybody. I'd be terribly surprised if an accidental fatality didn't come up every now and then, given the fact that A, these people are slinging these crazy spells and swords and things at each other, and B, apparently the field is booby-trapped, so you can't tell me that nobody ever dies. But the point is, the whole thing is it's a show. It's not like a gladiator thing. I think I talked about this last week, where it's like the cabal in the pit. This is more of, a circus that tends to also have people fighting really hard against each other. But
yeah, I think Chewie characterized it as WWE World.
There you go. Yes, which
whereas the cabal is more UFC, underground UFC.
Yeah.
with knives.
Yeah. Man, I gotta watch some UFC. Something else that stood out to me was actually in artifacts. Because last time we were talking, Chewie brought up the chromatic lantern and was like, "Hey, how great was chromatic lantern?" I was like, "It was pretty awesome." And here they
Spectral Searchlight?
Spectral Searchlight. Thank you. Chromatic lantern is still awesome, but Spectral Searchlight was specifically what we're talking about because it's a way to help out your teammate.
Yeah.
And so they went and printed victory chimes.
Ooh, what's that do?
For 3, it's an artifact. It's rare. You can untap victory chimes during each other player's untap step. Tap it. A player of your choice adds a colorless mana.
Huh. They also reprinted Spectral Searchlight, too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I think I went over the whole thing. I must have missed it.
Probably because you were thinking of Chromatic Lantern.
Probably. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, when I saw Victory Chimes, that was my first thought, too, was, hey, look, it's a more different Spectral Searchlight. Yay.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the art for grotesque mutilation?
Grotesque mutilation.
It's in black.
Yeah,
That sounds like a black card.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I went over the whole set, but
Grotesque mutation. Oh, okay.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
that's different.
yeah, I remember that from
Was that from Shadow's block?
Yeah, that was from Shadows over in a Shot
Yeah.
Block.
because this is when Emrakul was warping the biology of everything on. and
Okay,
stuff.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this spell pretty well. It's a really neat combat trick. So
Yeah,
Just
plus
the
3
art
plus
trips me
1.
out.
Well, yeah, because it's gross. But plus 3 plus 1 and lifelink for 2 mana at instant speed is really good out of nowhere and will make you swear.
yeah,
Mhm.
I didn't see Last Gasp.
I was just about to mention that. It's like one of my favorite common removal spells ever.
Are you sure? Are you so excited you can't speak? I understand.
Yes,
It's really
I am.
good.
It's very good.
is it really good?
Really, really.
And it's got new art. I think that's new art.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it's Battlebond, so I hope it's new art.
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize there were some of these reprints that actually got new art.
And the flavor text of Last Gasp actually goes to what we were just talking about. Takedowns in Valor's Reach are never meant to be lethal, but that doesn't mean they won't be incredibly painful.
What is... Okay, I just found the name bonus round.
Yeah.
Is that in red?
Yeah. 1 red sorcery, rare. Until end of turn, whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, that player copies it and may choose new targets for the copy. Huh. There's lots of stuff in here that just works great in a team-based format. Obviously, since it was made with Two-Headed Giant in mind.
Yeah.
But just the number of ways they managed to do that just make me so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the flavor text here gives even more insight into the way the events work. When the twin spell bonus round begins, the crowd rises to its feet in anticipation of incredible combinations. So this is something that just happens as part of the regular structure of the event, the twin spell bonus round.
Lightning round.
Oh.
Well, it almost sounds a bit like a game show. You know, now we've entered the bonus round, the twin spell bonus round.
Yeah, but you said lightning, and there are lots of lightning spells. And...
Yes.
Oh.
Have we covered all of the friend or foe cards? I don't know that we have.
We haven't.
We've only talked about one.
Which one did we cover?
Whichever one was in the mechanics article.
The
green
Pia's
green one.
The green one. Sorry, Dark, we already covered the green one.
I mean, Dirk's only sort of here, so.
No. I looked through all the green stuff, and there was some really good. There's great stuff, but stuff we've kind of already talked about, like Vigor and the Seaborn Muse and everything.
Yep.
Wait, Vigor's in here too? Oh my god.
Yeah, it is. So
I saw that and was like, oh.
So thinking of the friend or foe cards, in red we've got Corvath's Fury. He's a dragon and he's upset, and you're gonna know it. For 4 in a red, it's a sorcery. It's rare, like all the friend or foe. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend discards all cards from their hand, then draws that many cards plus 1. Corvath's Fury deals damage to each foe equal to the number of cards in their hand.
Wow.
What I find particularly interesting about this is, depending on what cards an opponent has in their hand and if they're trying to set something up, choosing friend for someone that's technically your enemy may not put them in a better position. Yes, they're going to be up a card, but they like what they had in their hand to begin with. That, you know, hey, you're a friend. No, you're just screwed.
Speak, friend, and enter. See, that was a Lord of the Rings joke. Except it wasn't a joke. Cake is a lie.
Stay a while and keep reading cards.
Virtus's Maneuver is the black one. For 2 in a black, it's a sorcery. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend returns a creature card from their graveyard to their hand. Each foe sacrifices a creature they control.
Ooh.
That feels really good for 3 black. Not like stupid, just feels really good.
Yeah.
That is pretty good.
And obviously, as with all these, it says for each player. So you're choosing yourself as well. So
yeah. Let's see. In blue, we've got Zenderspult's Judgment. Zenderspult. For 4 in a blue, it's a sorcery. Each friend creates a token that's a copy of a creature they control, and each foe bounces a creature they control.
So apparently Zendersplit used to be like a ref because...
Judge?
Yeah, because if you look at the flavor text for this, which I think we saw this card before we actually saw Zendersplit herself. But Zendersplit retired from officiating when she teamed up with Okun, but she still knows the penalties better than anyone else. I'm just curious, so you're like the head judge, you're one of the head judges, because obviously she'd been doing this for a while, she knew the penalties better than anyone else. What makes you go, hey, big Cyclops guy, I think we should work together? I'm wondering about how you got there, you know?
Look, there's bound to be some story of a Magic judge who started playing and doing really well. I mean, probably not, because, you know, judges can't play Magic, but...
Melissa DeTora was a judge, right?
Was she?
I don't know if that's like...
I don't think that was before she started. I can't remember if that was before, like, kind of at the same time she was playing.
I don't know. But here, obviously, Zendersplit actually... it sounds like she stopped officiating at the same time she teamed up with Okun. So it's not that she just quit and then said, hey, I need a partner. And this guy was like, sure. Sounds like she was officiating and then somehow the team was built and that she had to stop officiating. So maybe she saved his life. Maybe there's a tragic tale of something.
Maybe Vince Russo's still doing the writing and it's really stupid.
Maybe.
Maybe
We got,
she
like-
just wanted to ride on someone's shoulder and watch them punch people.
We got like 2 comments about the Vince Russo joke in the last episode, and that was it, and that made me so happy. So there's one more friend or foe. It's in white. Hey, Dirk, you want to read it? It's Regna's sanction.
Sure, let me go up to... Is what? Rigna's...
It's on the 3rd row.
Show them the light, my love. Ugh.
4th row.
4th row. 1, 2, 3rd row.
Are you looking at the
I got it.
4 in a row layout or 3 in a row layout?
I'm looking at the 4 in a row.
Okay, I am not.
I got it. Rigna sanction for 3 and a white. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend puts a +1/+1 counter on each creature they control. Each foe chooses 1 untapped creature they control, then taps the rest.
Huh.
This one, I mean, feels like it could be really good. Might win you the game literally on the spot. All our stuff is bigger, and you guys have 2 blockers between you. But kind of feels like it's one of these where, unlike some of the others, if you're not about to win the game on the spot, I don't know if I like it as much as I like some of these others. But it's still really good.
Yeah.
All right. So those are friend and foe. Friend for foe. Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Fog Bang.
That is right.
What, is Fogbank here?
Yes.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, Mike.
I'm sorry. Was that out of bounds of me?
I don't get it. Did you guys see the flavor text on Bring Down?
Bring down. Bring down. Where's
I
that?
don't know.
White. It's 3 and a white with assist, and it's destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. But the flavor text is, big, wicked, and not too smart. Poor thing never stood a chance against us, dear. Regna to Krav. Oh, they're such a cute couple! They banter while they're fighting. Aw.
And then he eats somebody.
And then he eats someone. And she's like, now Krav, hands on the hips, and then the studio audience laughs.
And then he goes something along the lines of, oops, or did I do that?
Sorry, dear. Cue laugh, lights down, end of the episode. Nice.
Next time on a very special Regna and Krev.
So wait, you were referencing something. Out of bounds.
I don't know. It's a blue card. It's pretty neat, actually. It's a counter spell with assist.
Oh, cool.
So it costs 4. It costs 3 and a blue. Counter target spell, and it has assist. So someone else can help you cast it.
Which could mean you end up just paying yourself a blue for a hard counter.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that one's going to catch a lot of people by surprise.
Oh, dude, the homunculi are apparently the refs.
Mm-hmm.
It says the wardens watch for illegal tactics and protect spectators from the occasional rogue fireball.
So that's kind of what Zendersplit was doing for a while.
Yeah. That's cool. Wait, wasn't there another homunculus?
I thought I saw a homunculus in white when I was looking for
The mascot.
knights.
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah,
mascot.
that's
Right. Never mind. There's,
Mascot's ability is really cool, though. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you can pay 3 and a white, and if you do, you support 2.
Oh, yeah, we
Which-
never did actually say that, did we?
And that feels pretty strong for a repeatable effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how about go back down to gold
Going back to gold.
and check out the Vampire Charm Seeker.
Very interesting art on this one if you look at what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's a weird, like, harpy vampire.
Yeah.
Or she's wearing a serious, like, feather boa under her
Fur is
cape.
murder, but what I'm doing is genocide.
Buh. But for 6, a blue and a black, she's a vampire wizard with assist. She's a 3/4, which for 8 is kind of terrible. But when Vampire Charmseeker enters the battlefield, return target instant, sorcery, or creature card from a graveyard to its owner's hand.
Pretty strong.
And I guess you're paying for the variety there, for the options.
Yeah. And the fact that you can return whatever it is you need from either player's graveyard.
Yeah.
So it's not just the person that has the Charm Seeker. So Dirk's on my team. We lost our really good guy. We want to get him back. So he helps me pay for the Charm Seeker. I'm like, hey, Dirk, get your guy back.
I say, why, thank you, Brian.
No, you're
Such a
polite.
gentleman.
Oh.
And I'm like, why couldn't I be one of your partners? I got stuck with Mike.
And then Mike does a sick combo that you just go, yeah, only Mike could just look at the cards and be like, this, this, and this. And then he just ups and wins the game.
Except
Or
we
dies,
lost to the
whichever.
stupid demons.
Yeah. Shh.
I'll block your demon with fog. Right. So, who here has fond memories of, scrolling up, Tavern Swindler?
No.
Nobody?
No.
That's kind of what I thought. I saw it here, and I'm like, what are you doing here? I still don't get it.
Know.
What the hell's a tavern? Oh, it's in
feels
black.
like a
Okay.
trap.
Yeah, it's a dumb card, and it's a dumb card from Return to Ravnica block.
Yeah, I remember seeing this in lots of drafts and passing over it every time.
Yeah,
So
I
what-
mean,
so what's it do?
problem- Okay, so for 1 and a black, it's a 2/2 human rogue. It's uncommon. And it has an ability: tap, pay 3 life, flip a coin. If you win the flip, you gain 6 life. So, in the long term, it taps to do literally nothing.
Yeah, Law of Averages says, good job. Except maybe in the process, if you let yourself get a little too low, this could be a big problem. And I'm not sure why it's here, even if you wanted to support like a coin flipping archetype. As far as I can tell, the only other cards that care about it are in blue and red. So
Yeah.
I see why a lot of these reprints are here. I see a lot of neat reprints. I don't get this one. So
Yeah, I mean, and the flavor text even gives away the fact that it's a dumb trap. Rakdos cultists are her best customers. They never flinch at pain and are seldom good at math. So they don't realize that this just is not going to work.
Math is hard. Apparently.
Now, a good card that a lot of people, I'm sure, will be very, very happy to see again is Enthralling Victor in red. Because it's a very good card, right? For 3 in a red, it's a 3/2 human warrior. Oh, snap. It's uncommon, and when it enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature and opponent controls a power 2 or less until end of turn. Untap it, it gains haste until end of turn. So it's a little mini threat. With
Plus,
abs.
I was going to say, plus, he's got like a 10-pack. Damn.
So there you go. Even the flavor text, which is the original flavor text from when this was printed, pokes fun at it. I'm thinking,
What?
if you stare at the sun for too long, you lose your ability to see clearly. And they're just like bright light behind this incredibly muscular guy, and you're just like, oh dang. I'm not even into that. And I'm still like, okay.
Look, he's just a piece of meat. Such shameless sexualization of men in this game. There ought to be a law. Why can't they be more like Blizzard and only sexualize women?
Oh, Lord.
How come nobody gives Blizzard crap for that?
I was going to say something like that, and then I was told to not make political statements on this show anymore, so I was going to hold back.
What?
That's not what I was told, but that's not what I was told.
Like, what? But seriously, how come nobody gives Blizzard crap for their, like, always overly sexualized female characters? But if there's, like, a character with a bit of cleavage showing in a Magic card, Magic nerds lose their mind. And I'm like, have you guys seen the cards in Hearthstone?
Dude, look at the portrait of Jaina.
You're right.
That small would not support her upper body. It would not work. There's no room for intestines in there.
It's like, how come Blizzard gets a pass, but Magic artists are like,
That is a good question.
right? I guess Blizzard fans are too busy complaining about everything else.
They only have so much brain space
I guess.
for generating the complaints.
Oh, dude, Battle Rattle Shaman. He's a Goblin Shaman uncommon.
He's an uncommon here?
Yeah.
Oh, that ruins the whole thing. Oh.
Well, no, you just have to reword it. So he's a battle rattle shaman, and he's an uncommon goblin shaman. See, it still works.
Yes.
Oh.
It's not the same.
It's let's see.
Well, I guess it's uncommon because having too many of these would get kind of ridiculous with a team.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a card in blue I wanted to make sure I mentioned. It's a new one. Game Plan.
Ooh, what's that? I haven't seen that.
For 5 and a blue, it's a sorcery. It's rare. It has assist, so your teammate can help you pay up to 5 of the generic mana requirement. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7 cards. Exile Game Plan. So it's a time twister that your partner can help you cast.
That seems pretty good.
It is
Ridiculous.
Oh, dude, and Fumble. Did we mention Fumble last week?
No.
No.
Dude, I love Fumble. 1 in a blue, instant uncommon. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Gain control of all auras and equipment that were attached to it, then attach them to another creature.
For 1 and a blue, this does so much.
Get that out of the way, and then give me all the stuff you stacked on it.
Because you think about, specifically thinking about things that give you control. Think about equipment. When you gain control of an equipped creature, what usually happens the next turn? The opponent says, all right, well, I still control the equipment. I'm going to move it onto something else. Or you bounce that creature, or I'm going to equip this onto something else. For 1 and a blue, this doesn't say until in the turn. You literally gain control of any equipment that was on the creature forever.
Yeah. It's really sick.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how much equipment is actually in this set? 0. So in limited, it won't really do much.
But there are auras.
There are
auras like Unflinching Courage, especially.
But that
That's the first one that jumps to mind.
That specifically tells you that they intended for this to be also used out of the set.
Oh yeah, totally.
And once you get into Commander, I'm thinking Sword of X and X gets played a lot. Skull Clamp, that's a good one. Just equipment in general is usually high value because it's like an aura that doesn't actually go away when you kill the creature. Seems pretty good to me. Not saying it's ridiculous. I'm just saying, again, for 1 and a blue, feels like it does a lot. And even it's not so narrow that it's like, hey, just get the stuff that's on this guy. It will always at least bounce some. So, yeah. That's an uncommon, right? I moved away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Spellseeker is a really interesting new card that will probably make at least one silly thing happen in Legacy and Vintage.
Oh, you think so?
Huh?
You think so, I said?
I think so.
Okay.
For 2 and a blue, it's a 1/1 human wizard. It's rare. When Spellseeker enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an instant or a sorcery card with converted mana cost 2 or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library.
Yeah.
So tutoring is always nice. And there are actually several instant sorcery cards that cost 2 or less that have been restricted in Vintage. So I think there might be something there. Who knows?
Seems like a pretty good chance.
Mm-hmm. If you need to find something to keep your storm count going, most of those things cost 2 or less as well.
Does anybody play Chant on a Stick anymore?
I don't know. Good question.
Not in anywhere that finishes high enough for us to see it.
Okay. Just trying to think of things that...
Over on the Monday Night Magics. But then there isn't that much Legacy, sadly, so... Chant on a Stick. Ugh. That sounds like a nightmare.
So what's it need? More consistency.
Exactly. I don't really care about what the card does, but I love the name Saltwater Stalwart. Saltwater Stalwart. One more time. Saltwater Stalwart.
Okay, I'm getting thirsty just sitting here, so...
Look, I'm surprised I didn't screw it up that last time.
it clings to the tongue.
It does.
It very reluctantly leaves your mouth.
It's like that time you accidentally ate something spicy, you didn't realize it. But it is 3 and a blue for a 2/4 Merfolk Warrior. It's common. And when it deals damage to an opponent, target player draws a card. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. So I have a rules question for Mike.
Oh, God.
I'll try to get it right this time.
Can I enchant you with Inner Demon?
No.
Oh, darn it. That wasn't a serious rules question.
Oh, wait, did we talk about Inner Demon?
Not
I
yet.
don't think so.
Oh,
Hey,
dude.
Mike.
For 2 black, it's an aura with enchant creature, and it's uncommon. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2, has flying, and is a demon in addition to its other types. It's pretty good for 4. But when Inner Demon enters the battlefield, all non-demon creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn.
Am I the only one that's just a little sad this wasn't named Demonic Embrace?
Oh, now you're not.
I don't know.
It's a 4-cost aura enchant creature that gives the creature +2/+2, and I mean, like, has some sort of crazy effect on the board. What are the embraces? Shivan Embrace and Sarah's Embrace and Vampiric Embrace. And
Gaia's?
Zephyr Embrace and Vampiric Embrace and Gaia's Embrace. Gaia's Embrace breaks the symmetry because it gives +3/+3.
But it's
And
green.
Trample?
And trample, and it gives a pay a green regenerate ability.
Yeah.
But Gaia's
And then-
Embrace doesn't really match up with any creature that you're turning it into. You're just turning it into some generic big scary green creature.
And then there was one in blue that gave it +2/+2 and flying and shroud.
Flying and Shroud, that's Zephyr's Embrace.
Yes. So I saw Inner Demon. I'm reading. I'm like, this is pretty cool. Why does this remind me of something like really hard? And then I'm like, oh, because of all the ones in Magic history. That's why. We haven't seen an Embrace.
It was, I mean, the initial cycle showed up in Urza's Saga. Some of them, like 2 or 3 of them were reprinted again in a core set. And that's it. I wouldn't call that throughout Magic's history or all of Magic's history.
So, still feel like I missed
There
out.
was probably some kind of other Embrace in a Time Spiral set, but there was all kinds of stuff in Time Spiral.
Time Spiral is a myth made up by the left.
Time Spiral is the Mistform Ultimus of Magic sets.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's-
Yeah. Let's see. Named Embrace.
Mm.
There. Oh wait, no. There's Arlen Embraced by the Moon. That doesn't count. There's Dalphy Embrace. That's different. Oh yeah, there was Flowstone Embrace. Gaia's, Sarah's, Shiv's. Oh, there's Spinal Embrace. That's something else. Squeeze Embrace. That's the one we missed.
Oh, we talked about that. Okay, yeah.
But doesn't Squeeze Embrace only cost like 2?
Yeah. Vampiric Verdant from Time Spiral. That's the other one we forgot. Turns it into a Verdant Force. +3/+3 in the Verdant Force ability. Oh, and Yavamaya's, which is a control magic.
It costs 8.
That costs 8, yeah.
But it also gives +2/+2 in trample, so
Yay, Embraces.
I want a hug. Give me a hug.
But yeah, Inner Demon, Demonic Embrace probably would have been fine, but oh well. And it's a really
Yeah,
good
I'm
card,
there.
though.
That's a very good card.
I also like the Mind Blade Render.
mm-hmm.
1 and a black for a 1/3 Azra Warrior, rare. Whenever your opponents are dealt combat damage, if any of that damage was dealt by a warrior, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Nice and simple. If anything dealt damage to them and it was a warrior, draw a card, lose a life. Not for each, none of that. Just, hey, did this happen? Yes. Draw a card, lose a life. Just a nice little thing. Plus, she's a warrior too. He? She? That's an Azra. Who cares?
Oh.
Weird demonoid humanoid phenomenon.
Yeah, basically, like, I think they're essentially this world Magic's version of tieflings from Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, that's what Bill said.
Mm-hmm.
So he said like Tiefling, and I was like, "Is that right?" And he goes, "I don't know."
Thrilling Encore in black is also really exciting. And it took me a few reads to realize what it actually said. For 4 and a black, it's a rare instant. Put onto the battlefield, under your control. all creature cards in all graveyards that were put there from the battlefield this turn.
I think I misread that. Under your control.
Yeah. Say, wipe the board, and then everybody come back. You're on my team. Welcome to the winning team.
I just like how it's the goblin from Last One Standing.
Yeah, it is.
You're right.
I didn't actually read what the card did as much as I went, ha ha.
Is he walking out there with the decorated champion? He might be.
Maybe.
What color is that?
It's green.
Decorated.
I
Possibly.
don't know. The cloak might not be the right color.
Well, he's dead now, so.
Oh, wait. No, he's got. I recognize that art. He's got like lions on his shoulders.
He's got a sickle in his hand.
Oh, we got to find this guy. Let's see.
He's got to be in the set somewhere.
But the flavor text is welcome to the winning team. If the goblin is the one from Last Man Standing, is he saying it to the big guy? Like, hey, big guy, welcome to the winning team. Because I find that hilarious.
I swear I've seen that art somewhere before.
Yeah, I'm looking.
But I am not.
I wonder if now that the story articles for Dominaria are done.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, the last one was on Wednesday. It was the climactic showdown. If we're going to get any story articles that give us a little bit of insight into Valor's reach. Finally, we'll know how that angel and demon, came to be so... I don't even know what the word is.
I don't see that guy.
No, me neither.
Oh, I just realized what I'm thinking of.
What?
I'm thinking of it's Blizzard. Either a skin in Overwatch or a skin in Heroes of the Storm, where whichever character has, I guess, like faces on his shoulder, and I was like, that's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Valerian, maybe?
What, Varian?
Varian, yeah. Valerian. I'm sleepy.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But let's see. There was something else. What was it? Was an Azra. That I wanted to know. None of these. Oh, come on. Oh, wait. It was the gold one. Azra Oddsmaker. This card trips me out.
That's cool.
So it's a black and a red for an Azra warrior. It's uncommon. It's a 3/3. 3/3 for 3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may discard a card. If you do, choose a creature. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player this turn, you draw 2 cards. So you're making a bet.
Yeah.
On whether or not this creature will hit.
Yeah. Hit a player.
And that's brilliant.
I like it. I like it a lot. It's very flavorful.
I never give odds on my own fights. Unless, of course, you want to bet against me. And there's lots of stuff that just makes limited possible, like the Millennial Gargoyle, which is killing insert industry here. What would a Millennial Gargoyle be killing? The waterspout industry. It's
the caryatid industry.
Yeah, there we go. Because it wants to order takeout, so Chili's is going out of business or something. Shut up, old people. But yeah, the Millennial Gargoyle and the Peace Strider and the Pierce Strider, just solid, limited things.
Yep.
That you need to have work, or that you need to have in a set to make it work. None of it's really interesting, but it's the glue that holds it all together.
Yeah. They do work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they purposefully tightened it up a bit so they don't have random draft junk. They don't have, the random stuff that's going to be your, the very last playable that you have to put in just to fill the deck out.
Oh, no. Yoshin Soldier's right there.
And I wouldn't even put Tavern Swindler, in the deck as a creature if I have.
Okay, no, yeah, Tavern Swindler doesn't count. That's not a card. That's an advertisement that's taking up. That's an ad card that's taking up one of your uncommon slots. You should be mad. You should be very mad.
Now, on the other end of the spectrum, you want to talk about a multiplayer all-star is Mind's Eye. I can't believe we haven't mentioned it yet.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a reprint, but it's so good. It was originally printed in either Mirrodin or Darksteel.
One of those.
And, I mean, it's been played in our play group for forever because it's just so good. It's just so clean at what it does. Mind's Eye for 5 mana. It's an artifact. It's rare in this set. Whenever, and as it was originally. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. I don't think that has changed. I think that's the original printing text because, again, it's just such an easy, understandable effect. But in multiplayer, it is so strong.
Mm-hmm. Here's something I didn't realize. Beyond that Mirrodin printing, it only showed up in Commander's Arsenal and as one of the Kaladesh inventions.
Really?
Really?
Huh.
Not actually in like a Commander deck or anything?
No. It was the Commander's Arsenal box set.
Well,
Damn, that's
here's your
eerie.
chance to get your hands on some more.
Yeah.
Possibly for the first time.
The Commander's Arse. Ugh. Oh, and it had this art in the arse. But that's the original flavor text. I did not realize that. I just looked up the Mirrodin printing. Ideas drift like petals on the wind. I have only to lift my face to the breeze. Aw. How sweet. Well, it's getting somewhat late. Is there any other thing that we desperately want to mention? Oh, Guafa Hazard, Profiteer, is here.
I always thought he was kind of interesting for politicking.
Yeah, and he's also really neat for team things, because he's the one who pay a blue, a white, and tap, put a bribery counter on target creature you don't control. Its controller draws a card, and creatures with bribery counters on them can't attack or block. But if there's a creature your teammate just isn't going to attack or block with...
Mm-hmm. Or that's about to die.
That's about to die...
Save me, master!
Like,
Hurry,
hey,
$5.
Here, kid. Sorry you're about to die. Have some gold.
yeah. Yeah, there's just a lot of good stuff here.
Ooh, they put in the Enduring Scale Lord
Yeah,
from Dragons of Tarkir. And this is the one where if you get 2 copies of these, you can make an endless loop. Enduring Scale Lord for 4, a green, and a white is a 4/4 flying dragon. It's uncommon. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on another creature you control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Enduring Scale Lord. Have 2 of these, play any support card, laugh.
Like Kiss of the Amisha, target player gains 7 life and draws 2 cards.
From,
Good.
that was original. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I remember I recognized the art.
The Jellin Sphinx, which when it attacks other attacking creatures, get +1/+1 until end of turn. Your teammates' creatures attack as well, so they'll get the buff. Just lots of... Oh, so that's so much better in Two-Headed Giant stuff that you wouldn't necessarily think of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about, like, not just the new cards, but as you just pointed out, some of the reprints, whether or not they were intended to work that way, certainly work that way, work to your advantage this way.
Oh my god, Hunted Wumpus. I didn't see this entire row.
I saw Hunted Wumpus and I was like, that really does say each other player, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But not only Hunted Wumpus, Greater Good, Giant Growth, hey buddy!
I've always been a fan of Fertilid, mostly just to ramp myself, but here...
That does say target player. What the hell? Wow.
And you can recharge it with support stuff.
You can.
Yeah. And Feral Hydra. Any player may activate the ability to put a +1/+1 counter on it. Well, who in their right mind? Oh, teammate.
Yep.
Wow.
This kind of sort of has assist.
There's so much good stuff. Beast Within. Oh, they used the kill spell on your thing here. It's a 3/3 now. Wow. Cowards can't block warriors. Just wanted to reiterate that. Did you know that, Mike?
Yes, I
Okay.
did.
Now, Mike, can you be a coward and a warrior at the same time? Can you be a cowardly warrior?
Yes, you can.
But then you couldn't block yourself.
Lion.
You could be a cowardly lion, that's correct. And then you play Karn and you have a 10-man.
Yeah. There's even
So
her name
many
is Scarecrow.
scarecrows. There's tons of scarecrows.
Oh my god. All right. I think we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, despite how much I still don't care about the set because I've hit new set fatigue, this one is neat. Brian asked before the show, hey, are you going to a preview event? I guess since it's not technically a pre-release. I didn't even know they were a thing.
My wife was the one. She found it on Facebook, and she told me, I don't know if I should tell you about this or not. And I'm like, is this about magic? She's like, yes. Like, and she was saying it, and she's saying this week. I'm like, no, you mean next week. And she's like, no, don't talk to me like I don't know what I'm talking about. It's this week. And I read it, and I apologized to her. But yeah, so I guess they're not.
But see, that's what I said when Brian asked about it. I was like, this week?
Apparently.
I didn't even know they were doing not pre-releases for this.
Do you have any interest in going, or are you going to sit this one out?
No, not really.
What about you, Mike?
I won't be able to. I need to take care of some stuff around the apartment.
Loser.
Okay. Dirk?
No.
That's okay.
So, yeah. One of the downsides of the two-headed giant format is if you don't have a teammate, there's really no point in going. Huh. But oh well, how about some final thoughts then?
Well, I'll go first with mine. I agree with Chewy. The format looks very interesting. Looks like it will be a lot of fun. But for building a commander deck and everything, I'm not really gonna look into it so much myself. But I'm sure that other people will in our group will look into it. And I'm sure that we'll probably have to build a two-headed giant deck at some sort sometime, and we'll have to do a recording of that and see how horribly we botched that up. And that might actually be a lot of fun. It's just do one day where we just all pick a deck and we rotate through each person as partners for a two-headed giant game. I think that'd be a lot of fun to record.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about record. Just because, like, the nature of two-headed giant, there's a lot of lean into your partner and whisper.
Yeah, well...
But it would be a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
Screw recording everything. Listeners want two-headed giant, they can play their own two-headed giant. I mean, what? Hey, listeners. So
that's sort of my final thought and everything is, I'm glad that they're doing a set with the purpose of supporting that content, because it really did feel like that for a while they had gotten away from two-headed giant.
Yeah,
it's nice
they
to
used
see
to
that
be,
they're coming back with it.
Like, they used to be all about it, and then it sort of vanished all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
And
I feel
then
like that occasionally they have to they test out a new format, because that's when we got Arch Enemy, we got Plane Chase, we had Two-Headed Giant, and then it became EDH, and I mean you have different ones. I mean, we've had Horde that showed up at some point that they have supported to some extent, but I really do feel like Two-Headed Giant was one that had a really good support base for a long time, and then they sort of walked back from it.
Yeah, like I said, it was a big deal for a while, and then it just vanished. And then Oath of the Gatewatch came out, and they were like, hey, we put some stuff in here that works in Two-Headed Giant. Remember that format? Isn't that great? And I guess after that, they were like, maybe we should do a thing about that.
Yeah, considering how long it takes to design and print a set from zero. I guess they must have started getting an idea for that as they were finishing Oath of the Gatewatch before it went to print. Or is the product development cycle shorter than that? I think I might be stretching that too long. Anyway, but yeah, I think you're right. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Well, that is my final thoughts for the evening. And with that, I have to go to bed because I got to get my kids ready for school tomorrow.
Word. Well, have a good night, my friend.
You too, guys. Have a wonderful night.
Yep. See ya. Well, I guess I'll go next. So I have two final thoughts. One is a little more just general and personal, and that would be that I love my new car. I still consider it my new car. I got it in February of last year, and I have loved it. However, on yesterday, on Wednesday, I was at the office. I went out to my car. I was ready to go get Sam and go home and start getting dinner ready. And not only did it not turn on, but nothing turned on. It turned out the battery was dead. And in a hybrid, that's kind of a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal in any car, but So it was in the shop today. They put a new battery, and it turned out there was actually something in it that was also subject to a recall. Then they installed that part for free because it was recalled. No, I don't think it had anything to do with the car shutting down, but it had me go, because, again, this car, I bought it used, but it's still a 2016 model. So the fact that the car battery was dead was kind of like, wow, really? But especially with, no warning. But it's running very well, and I'm just glad to have it back. So, and again, if it was going to die somewhere, it died literally at the office, the safest place possible, not on the side of the road. Sam wasn't with me, so it worked out. So ultimately, I'm glad it worked out the way it did if it was going to happen. And then on a gaming side, I have been doing the arena beta, and I do not seem to hate it as much as Chewy. If I'm going to have any frustration, it's that you download it and you go into it, and immediately it's like, okay, go play. And I'm like, what if I didn't know how to play Magic? Is this only for people that have already been playing Magic for a while? Is there no introduction? I know sometimes, if you've been playing Magic for a while and then you played maybe Duels or the Planeswalker, each individual version, and then the one that, they were building on for a while, you might get a little tired of tutorials. But I kind of just expected something to be like, hey, here's how to play. And instead, it's just like, here's your decks, here's your collection. So I'm like, okay, so where's the, casual stuff to get acquainted with this? And there's not. As far as I can tell, it's just ranked play, which seems a bit intimidating. And then something called quick match, which I thought, okay, that's the easy part. It's not the easy part. That's it's like a league.
Yeah, quick constructed is it's an event, essentially.
Yeah, that you have to pay to get into. And I'm like, not doing that. And then there's a draft, but, you have to wait until the draft actually starts, and the next one doesn't start for a day or something. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll just try Constructed. I'd heard from Chewy and Mike that the matchmaking was awful. And so far, my matchmaking hasn't been terrible. I've won some, I've lost some. I changed up some of my decks with those initial boosters that you get, and I haven't been terribly unsatisfied with it. So my initial reaction was a little I wish they explained things a little better. Still not sure how to change my avatar, but
you don't.
You don't?
No. You are always Joyra, and your opponent is always the demon, whose name escapes me.
Belzenlock.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That's all.
I'm going into options, and I'm like, I don't see this. So
yeah, I think that's all beta stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're still at the point where they're trying to make sure the game itself functions properly.
And and again, that falls into the category of I just don't know where to do this, not a wah, how do I get a better avatar? More I'm just can't find this kind of option. So, but I've had some fun playing it. At the end of the day, it's magic. Maybe my only other frustrating thing was an opponent dropped to fairy, and I'm like, okay, that's got to die. So next turn, I'm like, attack with everybody. And I didn't realize when you hit attack with all, it
defaults to the player. Yeah.
It defaults to the player. By the time I figured that out, I couldn't take it back. And I was like, and that is probably more of a learning experience for me, but that I think could maybe, I don't know. I probably just need to get good. But overall, I don't hate it. So, again, it's magic.
Wait till you go to attack with a creature that you either do or don't want to exert. And you pick the wrong one because it's horribly unclear.
I could maybe see that happening. I love how when on turn 1, I play one of the lands that I could possibly cycle if I had 2 mana, and it still makes me choose to play the land. And I'm like, not an option to do otherwise. I don't have the mana to cycle this, but okay. But anyway, little nitpicky stuff. For a beta, I think it's getting pretty well fleshed out. It seems to work most of the time, in my experience. So yeah, I'm happy to be happy to be giving it a shot. Only reason I hadn't been trying it before is just because I haven't really had time. I still don't really have time now, but I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do this. So yeah.
So they made an announcement about Arena yesterday.
Is it? And you were on Twitter. I think you said that you really don't want to have to watch a video for every announcement. You just want them to put out a list of changes.
At least this announcement video wasn't trying to be quirky. It was just like one dude who already knew all the answers asking questions of another dude. Like Nate Price was asking Chris Clay, "So you're gonna add this, right?" And Chris Clay's like, "Well, actually, yes." And I'm like, just give us fine, make the video, but put a bulleted list somewhere else. In the video, at the end, put a display that people can screenshot and post on Reddit or something, so that I don't have to either sit through the god-awful video, or I don't have to rely on randos on the internet telling me what it is with a bulleted list that they made up, because they're probably wrong. But they're just like, here's the video. And that was it. And I'm like, oh man, don't make me watch this. I don't have time. And I immediately went to Reddit. I'm like, okay, it's like an hour later. I'm like, someone has already made a summarization of this. And I found one and I read it and I went, that's pretty neat. And then the first comment was, that's actually not what they said. And I'm like,
of course.
And Lee Sharp actually is moving over to the Arena team. He was on Moto forever, like Magic Online.
I was going to say, I know I've heard that name before.
Yeah, but now he's going to be on the Arena team, and he asked people, what's your most favorite and least favorite aspect of the game? I don't have a most favorite, but I pointed out that the lands shouldn't move when I tap them, because that drives me up the wall every turn. Every turn, I go, grr! I turned off auto tap because it screwed me one too many times, which was once. So that's why I'm manually tapping lands. And when you're clicking on a stack of swamps, and some of the swamps move over there, and now you're hovering over islands, tapping those, you're like, what? That's stupid. I gave him 3 bullets. Lands moving as I tap them. Many things are horribly unclear, such as the timer. I still have no idea what that is or how it works.
I don't always get that either.
And there's no explanation in-game, which is unforgivable when it's a timer. Like, you should mouse over it and it'll tell you.
Yeah.
And then the collection. Oh god, the collection. Did you notice, Brian, that you can't sort by set?
I did not notice that, but I didn't do a deep dive into it yet. So
they gave me Dominaria packs, and I was like, oh, so I opened them up, and then I went to go to my collection and look at the Dominaria cards to see if I could fit any of those into the pre-built decks. And I couldn't. There's no way to do that. Apparently the only way to sort is by mana cost, which is stupid.
Can you not also sort by rarity?
Maybe?
I think you can. I think there's an advanced search.
But I mean, the rarity is still sorted by mana cost in each rarity.
Oh, I got you. All right. Well, I'm going to go now because we've been getting up early because Carrie's had to open her business every day for this week, which means we're getting up even earlier, which means we're getting up at least a good 5 hours before Chewy is even thinking about waking up.
So a good 2 hours after I go to bed. Gotcha.
Probably. So you gentlemen have a fantastic evening, and thanks again for everybody listening. And keep listening to these guys.
Yeah. I sort of hijacked the end of Brian's final thought to start ranting about Arena. But So the big announcement is they're adding Kaladesh in, and everybody gets 1 of each mythic and rare, 2 of each common and uncommon, and a full set of a whole bunch of cards. Like, I think there were 15 of them that everyone just gets all of.
Uh-huh.
And they're, like, good cards. It's not, like, just a bunch of commons. No, I mean, like, Ether Hub and Ether Sphere Harvester and whatever.
Okay, so they're dumping a bunch of Kaladesh cards into everyone's account so that people could go out and just start playing them now.
Exactly. And then there's, I guess that's instead of giving free packs, it's just here, have a bunch of cards.
Yeah.
So that's really cool, but I mean, it's a beta, so that makes sense. Just, here, this is going to rotate soon anyway, so you have it. That was the big thing. They're tweaking some of the UI stuff, which hopefully will be a lot of my concerns. Because a bunch of the stuff just every turn, I'm like, what is this crap? Please die. And I don't remember, and I don't feel like looking it up because there's not a bulleted list except on Reddit, and I don't trust those people. Oh, I think drafts are going to be constant instead of, 1 draft a week or 1 type of draft per week or something. And best of 3s are going to be a thing in the future. Because right now it's just like Hearthstone. It's just a match, a game. And people are complaining that that's not good enough. Apparently they want to spend more time playing this crappy game. So they want best of 3s. But that's going to be a thing too. I guess in the quick construct, I don't know. Like I said, I'll check it out. This all happens June 7th. So I'm going to check it out after the update and see if they fixed some of the problems that make me rage. And if they haven't, I'll put it away until they update it again. Because I really want it to be good. That's how I close every rant session about Arena out, is I hate it so much because I want it to be good, and it's not. And people are complaining, there's no modern. I'm like, you're an idiot. And they're complaining. They're like, there's no, oh God, a couple of people responded to Lee Sharp's tweet with, once I've collected all the cards in every set, I feel like there's no reason to keep playing. And I'm like, who are you and how much money did you vomit at this game? Because there's no way that without...
How much grinding time did you dump into it?
Yeah, either you've been grinding since it came out of beta without sleep, or you just threw a bunch of money at it, and now you have all the cards, and you're like, huh. Like, why do you play Magic Online? Do you only play in, like, online PTQs or something? Like, what the hell? It's playing Magic to be playing Magic. That's the point. But I get the feeling a lot of the people responding to his tweet have no idea what the purpose of a beta is. At all.
Yeah.
They're like, there's a bunch of stuff that I want. Like, oh, there's no Brawl or Commander. Oh, shut up. That's not the point yet. Anyway, I just hate people, and I hate Arena because it sucks, and it shouldn't suck. It should be great. And it makes me angry. It's like when your best friend kicks you in the balls. It hurts way worse than when some random guy on the subway kicks you in the balls.
Because your friend has a better idea exactly where to aim.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Anyway, how about you, Mike?
Let's see. Well, Brian's gone, so one of the final thoughts that I thought about talking about is a little more difficult, but I'll go ahead and mention it quickly. For some reason, it felt like the quality of the writing in the last 2 story articles took a sudden small dive. I don't know why it felt that way. Like, I just felt myself reading it and rolling my eyes more often at certain turns of phrase and whatnot. But I don't know.
I saw something on Twitter about something that happened behind the scenes with the Dominaria story, or maybe just in creative in general. I don't know because I don't care, so I didn't it didn't register real hard. But hey, if you're listening to this and you know what Mike is talking about or what I'm talking about, then send us an email.
I mean, they still have Martha Wells' name up top, at the top of the article, so I figured it was still her writing it, but
I don't know. It could be that what I saw was related to something else or something completely different. I don't know.
Okay. I think I did see something like one of the things that was linked to on the mothership. There was some article on Channel Fireball or something that was an interview with a new story brand, whatever, related person in charge of stuff. And there were people lodging complaints in the comments there below the interview. And it sounded like they were lodging complaints about some of the decisions made about Jace and some other characters. I don't know.
Got me, man.
But yes, there's that. And I was going to talk about it a bit more with Brian if he was still here. But the other thing I wanted to mention was when we talked about the announcement day and Wizards saying they're going to go ahead with more exclusive buy-a-box promos, like, oh my God, something and Sunspeaker. Why can't I remember their names anymore? Firesong and Sunspeaker, right. We got an email from a listener, Jeff, who gave us a little more insight and education on that. So,
oh, wait a minute. Hi, Jeff's son. Your dad's awesome. Okay, we just made his day.
All right. So Jeff pointed out that Wizards actually got feedback through the Wizards Play Network, from the store owners, that they really loved the buy box promo because it encouraged, some, not insignificant number of people who were already going to buy a box to come into the store to buy it instead of just ordering it online like they always do, because they had that extra promo, that extra special exclusive promo that was just there for free if they went to a store to get their box instead of ordering it off of eBay or from some other online distributor.
Yeah, it's a sweet incentive to get your ass down to your LGS.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the brick and mortar store owners really appreciated that, and really happy about it encouraging people to just, come into the store and buy stuff and look at stuff. So that's one of the big reasons they're doing it. And that makes a lot of sense.
It does. Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Good. So thanks, Jeff, for that insight.
Yeah, man. And I'll see you in the stream. He did end the email with, love the show, even though I disagree 100% with Chewy about the upcoming Ravnica sets. So if he disagrees 100%, that must mean that he's super hyped for Ravnica, which I'm not, and he's confident that Wizards will screw it up. Because I know Wizards isn't going to screw it up. I don't think that's what he meant, but I had to give him crap for that.
This is going to be amazing and complete bollocks.
Whereas my opinion on a year in Ravnica is, I'm sure this will be great. I just don't want to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you meant, though. I just had to pick on you.
Yeah.
Hey, I can move that to listener mail. Nice. So, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing we didn't think about, was how it actually motivated people to, go to the local card shop, which is way, way worth it. Yeah. So is that it for you?
It is.
Yay! So that means it's me. Let me think. Hey, I stream stuff. I spent several hours playing Hearthstone last night, trying desperately to finish the Monster Hunt with Toki the Time Tinker. Spoilers, I did not. I think I was doing that for like 3 hours. It's like one of the, who was it? It was Druid in the dungeon run that I kept getting so far and then just losing. Like, Druid was my nemesis, but Toki, I've made it to the final boss once. I've made it to next to last boss, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. I've also lost on the second boss twice.
Oh.
So, Yeah, Toki's hard because of the high variance that you get from all of her RNG effects.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy. But I'll get there eventually, one of these days. I've also been playing Slay the Spire on Twitch, and the first video of those actually went up on YouTube today, or tonight, actually, during the odds and ends. I made it public. It's a roguelike card-based game with procedurally generated paths and enemies and relics to collect and cards to add to your deck that are different attacks, and it's really, really awesome and addicting. Like, I accidentally streamed it for like, it was about 3.5 hours over the holiday weekend. I got back from hanging with family, and it was like 10:30, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna play Slay the Spire. Next thing I know, it was almost 2 o'clock, and I'm like, guys, I gotta go to bed. Because it's really fun and amazingly well put together. It's still in early access. In fact, there's even a beta that's running that has a bunch of beta stuff in it. I'm not currently fooling with that. I'm just playing the early access, the main version. But at the moment, it's got 2 classes and a ridiculous number of cards in each class and relics to find and enemies and things to happen. And it's so cool. So I highly recommend you guys check that out when I'm streaming, or check out the YouTube video. The YouTube video is going to be a series of, I think, 3 videos that is just my first run ever. And I did amazingly well for it to be my first run ever, and to have no idea what I was doing or how to do it properly. You remember in the first Duels of the Planeswalkers game, you couldn't remove cards from your deck?
Yes.
So, like, as you would unlock more cards, they just go in the deck, and the deck would just get bigger and bigger and bigger until you had, like, an 85-card deck or something. That's what I was doing in Slay the Spire, which is apparently not a good strategy, but I was all over it. And like I said, I did really well. So yeah, that'll be that video series that's going up over on youtube.com/themanapool. Hey, you know what? You can find us all over the internet as The Manapool. So on YouTube is where the videos go. On themanapool.com is where the podcast goes. On twitch.tv/themanapool, that's where the live streaming happens. And just as a reminder, if you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Twitch subscription token to give to a small streamer every month, or to give to any streamer every month. But I assure you, us small streamers appreciate it way more. Someone actually was in the chat going, hey, I can't figure out how to make this work. And I Googled it and sent him a link, and less than a minute later, it was like popped up, hey, this person subscribed to Twitch Prime. I was like, yay, thank you. And the free subscription, as far as like Twitch and the payout to streamers is concerned, it's exactly the same as a paid subscription. So it's free money to give away to a streamer of your choice. If you're not going to give it to me, that's fine, but give it to someone that's small. Like, not to throw off on someone huge like Day9 or Brian Kibler or something, but they've got lots and lots of subscribers, and one really doesn't make a difference. Whereas smaller streamers, 1 subscriber difference any month is like a massive difference on whether or not they get paid that month or have to wait till the next one. So, yeah, we appreciate it. Now I forgot where... Oh, okay, places to find all of the work. On Twitter, it's @themanapool. That is the main place that I interact with everyone and post funny nonsense or links to everything that's going up, or... It's the best way to interact with me. You can email us, dorks@themanapool.com. No promises on actually replying to your email, but I assure you will read it. Like the Mad Lib that we got back in March, that I just did on this episode, huh?
Ah.
And Jeff Spencer's email that we just talked about, we didn't respond to him because we don't do that because we're terrible people. We apologize. But seriously, we read them. And then there's Instagram. I really need to put a bunch of thumbnails on Instagram that I've made, especially the Gideon party that I was so proud of. But I really need to put a bunch of stuff on Instagram. And now, I might as well go ahead and announce it on the podcast. There's a Manapool subreddit. It's r/themanapool. Don't forget the. At the moment, it's kind of bare. I originally just made it as brand protection so no one else could take r/themanapool. But now it's out there, so totally, if you're a Redditor, I think that's the proper word. I'm not, so I don't know the proper word. Then go check it out and give me some ideas on what to do with it, because I don't know. I don't Reddit. So by all means, any and all help is appreciated. Is that everything? I guess so. So that means if you want, and the Monday Night Magic. Don't forget, I do Monday Night Magic with Bill and Clues every week over on MTG Cast. So if you want to hear about the latest news and tournament results, then you should totally go check that out. But if you want to help support what I do, there are any number of ways to do it. You could subscribe to the YouTube channel. You could follow me on Twitch. You could just watch YouTube videos with ad block turned off if you have ad block. Don't have ad block on YouTube, by the way. It's terrible. You're literally taking money away from the creators whose content you're consuming. But, you can subscribe on Twitch. That'll get you the emote. The Chewy looking confused emote that people voted on way back when I first got a Twitch emote. I was like, which one should I do? That was it. You could just tell people, if there's a video you like, put it on Reddit. I still don't know how Reddit works. But the most direct way is to check out the Patreon at patreon.com/themanapool, where you can get Manapool episodes and YouTube videos early. You can get the early stuff and the odds and ends, all the stuff recorded before and after both Monday Night Magic and the Manapool, which is uncensored and unfiltered and generally unsafe for consumption. Like with the Manapool dorks, there's a lot of discussion of Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm, like before the show, and then Mike and I just talking about what the hell ever after the show. And on Monday Night Magic, it's Overwatch with Bill and all the random ass links that Clues drops in the chat during the show that we then have to click on and talk about. And sometimes here lately, especially, we fall down the YouTube, oh my god, did you see this hole? Like 2 episodes ago, we were watching 90s cartoon intros. And then on the last one, we watched the bookshop sketch from Monty Python because Clues and I started referencing it, and poor Bill had no idea. He's like, did I miss a link? We were like, oh my god. Plus there was some Alf. Yeah, that Alf. The one from the TV show. You know the one I'm talking about. Hey, Willie. Yeah. So yeah, just a bunch of nonsense going on in the odds and ends. Plus, we swear a lot. Like a lot. Which I'm told is a selling point, especially to hear Clues and then Mike swear. They're the best. But that's not it. You can get the early stuff, the odds and ends, and become a Manapool lifeguard. Get it? Lifeguard? It's funny. Which will get you a shout out on both podcasts and get your name on the end slate for all of the episodes, the videos that go up each month that you support at that tier. So to that end, I would like to thank the following Manapool lifeguards: Kim Ho, Andrew Hunt, Al, Corey Cloutier, Paul David, Lance Delicious, Team U, Hellas Are You, John Morris, Stuart Slaw, PJ McMullen, Bosco Brittain, Casey, Nathan Hay, Danny Liao, Jason Doan, AJ Javieris, Cody Buckowing, Jake Jansons, Jason Kaus, Brian DeLucci, Stark Maximum, not to be confused with Mark Staximum. Damn, I was hoping that would make Mike giggle.
It was subtle.
John Parker, Jimmy Scott, Violet Moon, Dan Holm, Bartle, Mike Millerburn, and the Beast Father, Aaron Goodwine. Thank you all so very much. I quite literally could not do it without you. And so with that, I guess we'll be done with this episode, which is the episode whose number I totally didn't forget. This is 512, right? Yes. Haha. This has been the Manapool number 512. Thank you all so very much for listening, and go play some Magic.